Are you happy now, Enkidu?
This is the only way to the Imperial headquarters. Can you let me by?
Show it to me! Show me your power!
What a shame.
If you can't show me then, we'll die!
Gilgamesh is also an antagonist for Final Fantasy. In one point, he becomes an enemy. He also appears as an ally in some games and appears as a summon in others. But on this video, we explore Gilgamesh, the right hand of Exdeath in Final Fantasy V. Gilgamesh is often depicted as a swordsman, sometimes a traveling sword collector who has a variety of rare and powerful weapons. He is also searching for the legendary Holy Sword Excalibur, so here goes the jump to Gilgamesh's story. Gilgamesh grows up in a village of warriors. Genji equipment, also known as samurai equipment, is a precious set of armor from the village passed to its best warriors upon proving their worth in battle. Since it's being passed from one warrior to another, the equipment became extremely resistant. Gilgamesh was one of the warriors who got the Genji equipment. He came to work for Exdeath to guard the prisoner, Bartz, Lina, and Faris. Galuf encounters Gilgamesh and was able to rescue the three. Gilgamesh stops the party again but was defeated. He also attacks the ship and brought an ally with him. Defeated, he is thrown in the ocean. He then swims off and swearing to get his revenge. The party attacks Castle Exdeath again, but was stopped by Gilgamesh. He found a chest shortly before the fight, which was the Excalibur sword. He transformed into his true form and used the sword, hoping to defeat the party. However, the sword was actually a weak replica called Excalibur. Exdeath saw his defeat and punished Gilgamesh for his incompetence by sending him into the void. Gilgamesh was lost in the void fighting monsters after monster. He ran into Bart's party in the void and attacked them, recognizing them monsters. Gilgamesh no longer wishes to serve Exdeath and just wants to leave the void. When the party faces Necrophove, he supports Bart's and sacrifices himself to defeat the enemy. However, when the party defeat Necrophove before Gilgamesh sacrifices himself, he can be considered alive, although he will not appear again. Although Gilgamesh on this game looks weak, he is by no means a weak villain. In fact, his profile in the Scythia is a strength that once decimated an entire army. It could be that Gilgamesh is not using his full strength, however, this is not yet proven. In a battle with Bartz in the Scythia 012, he came close to revealing his true power before being carried off to the rift. On the series, Gilgamesh is a sword collector who is looking for the legendary Holy Sword Excalibur. As to why he seeks this weapon is unknown. It could be that this weapon could handle his full power since he already has the high tier weapons in the series. He obtained a sword called Zantetsuken in Final Fantasy VIII. It is a trademark weapon for Odin. However, when Gilgamesh got his sword, he stated, "the fourth one." It appears that he was expecting the blade to fall into his hands. It could be that he needed the Excalibur to control his rift hopping. On Final Fantasy 20th anniversary, the party found Excalibur and Gilgamesh stated, "I've finally found it, now I can go home." Gilgamesh is not of pure evil or a villain-like attitude. He is considered to be more of the rival type rather than a villain or a hero. If you take a look on Gilgamesh, he appears the same for every Final Fantasy game. He even have the same personality. Well, he is actually the same person from Final Fantasy up to the latest Final Fantasy series. He is traveling between worlds via portals in the rifts in search for Excalibur. This is also confirmed on Final Fantasy when Zidane points out that Gilgamesh has only 2 arms. It doesn't seem familiar since on Final Fantasy IX, where Zidane faces Gilgamesh, he actually has 4 arms. Gilgamesh actually differs from one game to another. He is often described as having 2 to 4 arms and his true form bearing 6 to 8 arms.